Tonight on News 5 Live, COVID cluster at 2 medical facilities in the West. At least 19 persons from the San Ignacio Hospital and the Benque Viejo Health Facility have tested positive. A second attempt is made to torch the Flowers' family home on Park Street. Is it related to the murder of a Belize City teen? Central Lab employees push back against the Ministry of Health's payment of overtime. What does that mean for COVID surveillance and testing? Details of these stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Imagine going through your entire day without the burden and risk of carrying cash on you. Belize's shift to digital wallets has begun with eCash. We can now skip the cash when collecting money or paying for our essentials, all while using a fast, easy, and secure platform. Simply add funds to your wallet via bank transfer or at an agent, and you're good to go. You will be able to make quick, easy payments simply by scanning QR codes. And best of all, it all happens just like that. Payments are as easy as clicking a link online or scanning a QR code. Download the eCash app from the Google Play and Apple App Store today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. The future is here with eCash. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257 to find out more.
Introducing Edam A Cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
Whether it's back to the classroom or back on the tablets, the new school year is almost here. We know you missed seeing the children take center stage in 2020. But now, Summerfest is back, pandemic style. Join us on August 27th for a virtual celebration of our talented Belizean children. We'll bring you all the family fun and entertainment right in the comfort of your home. Don't worry, we'll still have fantastic giveaways throughout the live show. All you have to do is follow us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ. Our annual Kids Talent Show starts at 6:30 a.m. live on 5 and streamed on Facebook and YouTube. Start your school year right with Summerfest 2021.
newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, August 20th. I am Sabrina Daly. Health personnel who work at several departments at the San Ignacio Community Hospital are in isolation after they tested positive for COVID-19 this week. There is a possibility that the number could rise because of the nature of their work and the persons they may have interacted with before the detection was made. 4 of the 19 persons also visited Guerra's Polyclinic in Benque Viejo to work, hence the Ministry of Health and Wellness has sanitized both facilities. As a result of the cluster, some services offered at the San Ignacio Hospital have been temporarily suspended until the employees test negative and are back on the job. News 5 spoke this afternoon with Deputy Director of the Health Services, Dr. Francis Mori, who explained how far-reaching this cluster may have potentially spread.
We have laboratory technicians, we have the pharmacists, we have persons from the X-ray department, we have medical officers, nurses, and persons who work with the HIV program. So these persons, per se, are currently out also working in the field, giving support to the vaccination program, seeing active patients in the outpatient department, also having contact with the community at large, also working in the COVID area. So there's multiple areas, and even when they go back home, they also have a certain part of our community involvement because they need to go to the stores, markets, etc. So a clear definition as to where that initial contact may have been or how it was brought into the facility is still being discussed. But it also includes 4 members from the Benque Polyclinic. So that by itself is reflected within the number of tests done within that facility.
Yes. Can you say when the detection was made?
My desk was alerted about this on Tuesday evening, and I believe somewhere around late Monday, the early hours of Tuesday, there was 4 persons who are already tested positive.
Do you project that this will turn out to be a much larger, maybe an outbreak in the coming days?
Well, the possibility that we may have larger numbers is there. I mean, we're talking about the hospital per se is a community. It's an area where you have multiple persons having contact with various individuals from the community. And also the early detection of the first cases was met with isolation of the key persons who were identified as positive from all areas. So that's what something set in place. The sanitization of the facility has also been taken place. The treatment of those persons, largely most of them are asymptomatic, as far as I understand. And so putting back services has been essential, and individuals where the mapping has been done in regards to their risk analysis has also been done. So we are awaiting further report as to who all have been exposed and to what level.
The ministry announces that the services at the San Ignacio Hospital, which have been temporarily interrupted, includes the lab pharmacy and X-ray units. Where possible, these services will be offered on a per-need basis. Interestingly, the cluster at the San Ignacio and Benque Viejo health facilities, that is, happened around the same time that neighboring Guatemala had reported a collapse of its health system due to the rise in COVID cases. Today, that country reported the pressure of the deadly Lambda variant as well. We asked Dr. Mori if he believes that border crossings by people from Guatemala into Belize are responsible for the cluster detected in these western towns. He says the problem may very well be right here at home.
We've seen what is happening in the entire country with the numbers that are going up, in which most of our citizens are still thinking that this COVID pandemic is something fictional. Most certainly, the entire group of medical staff and healthcare persons are following the scenario that's happening in our facilities and across the borders. Certainly for us, it has that impact, primarily having so many of our staff out at this time. Hence, the need to continue vaccinating, early detection and testing of those persons who will be as suspects or close contacts of individuals who are tested positive. We are aware of what is happening in our neighboring countries, and if the public health measures are not adhered to, as been suggested by the entire medical community, then we may have what is happening outside of the
Unfair, inconsiderate, and simply distasteful. Strong words used by the Central Medical Laboratory in a letter sent today to the Ministry of Health and Wellness on the way overtime is being calculated. On Thursday, a meeting was held with Central Lab employees on payment of overtime. The new proposed structure was reportedly presented by the Central Health Region Accounts Department. They're saying they will no longer work on weekends and will work from 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday only. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the Central Medical Lab says that it has been delivering 24-hour coverage for COVID-19 testing, working public and bank holidays, and ensuring the availability of blood. Employees feel that it is a slap in the face because they are already on a 10% salary cut and an increment freeze. The letter, for which News 5 has obtained an unsigned copy, has been sent to the Deputy Regional Manager of the Central Health Region and copied to officials from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So, what does that mean for COVID surveillance and testing? Earlier today, when the media caught up with Health Minister Michelle Shabatin-Key-Calker, he was asked about this.
We're in a third wave. Unfortunately, the numbers of doctors and nurses we have in the country is very limited. And right now we need all hands on deck to be able to provide proper health services to all of our residents. And so that is the situation we're faced with.
In Cabinet, we discussed about the very same issue, recognizing that our workers, our health care workers are stretched to the limit. And we certainly appreciate what they're doing because it's a great sacrifice. And if because of that alone, I think we as citizens need to be more careful. We need to wear a mask, social distance, and then get vaccinated because they are reaching to the limit. We agreed in Cabinet when we asked the Minister to look at trying to bring in more people or to train some people, looking at those that are already studying in the nurses at UB, to see if we could bring them to help us with the vaccination process because we need to get this done as quickly as possible.
New COVID-19 regulations will be coming into effect at midnight on Sunday. An official statutory instrument is yet to be released, but today we learned from the Prime Minister some of what those new regulations will entail. PM Bersenio says several of the new regulations will affect the Belize district exclusively. And if the numbers continue to rise, there may be a need for a complete lockdown.
The Ministry of Health can do everything they possibly and put as many doctors and nurses out there and testing. But if people do not do their part, if they do not act responsibly, this will continue to spread. When you have people lining up with their vehicles in the back of their pickup trucks in front of those big stores in the city and buy beer, buy case and sit down there and drink, which one is illegal, that even the stores should be sanctioned, and these people drinking out there. And when that kind of action continues, that's being irresponsible. When you continue to have parties at your home and inviting friends to come over at your house and they have a big party, that's being irresponsible. When you have big wakes and having big repasses, this does not help. One of the decisions that we have made is to say that as of starting midnight Sunday, no liquor will be allowed to be sold in stores at 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock in the evening, no liquor can be sold. You will only be able to go to a restaurant, to buy food and can get a beer or a drink because you are at the restaurants. I think restaurants now in Belize City will only be takeout and 50% outside, but no food, no eating inside of the hospital. We have to take some of these drastic measures to be able to control the COVID. With the BPOs, the call centers, we have met with them and they have agreed to limit to 50% of their employees to go to their actual work site, and the other 50% can stay home and to work from home. And they also agreed, and they will ensure that those that go to the work site have to be vaccinated. With the casinos, we have said, and we've met with them already, and said that all of the employees must be vaccinated, no more than 50%, and those that come in have to be vaccinated. We are doing more and more of this, but if Belize City do not try to help us and control it, we may have to go to a lockdown.
Coming up, Prime Minister Briceño gives his take on Belize City's state of emergency under his administration. And arson attempts are on the rise in the wake of recent murders.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. The devil is a deceiver and deceives people through many different ways that are available to him. Perhaps he has never used anything more effectively than alcohol. Often you hear such comments as these. Now, a person is not a criminal because he drinks. A person can take a social drink without becoming a drunkard. Because there is a measure of truth in these statements, people are deceived into drinking. However, I agree with Upton Sinclair, who said, I cast my vote against social drinking. I will not keep in my house a dog that bites 1 out of every 5 to 9 people who stop to pet it. Nor will I sanction alcohol because it harms just 1 out of every 5 or 16 people who drink it. Sir Winston Churchill was an avid drinker and drank an astounding 4,200 bottles of champagne in his lifetime. Obviously, he was able to manage his habit and live to the age of 90. However, his daughter Sarah was not as fortunate. In her autobiography, Keep On Dancing, she described herself as a lamb who strayed from the fold. Alcohol became such a problem that she was arrested for making scenes in the streets on a number of occasions, spent time in Holloway Prison, experienced 3 failed marriages, and died at the age of 67. While some may be decent in spite of alcohol, no one is made better because of it. The Bible is true. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
The TV you love is always with you, from live TV, sports, and on-demand titles. Choose your plan today. Plans start as low as $15 per month. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
Nestle. Start healthy, stay healthy.
This Monday on Get the Facts. What are the risks for children with the new COVID variant? Should you vaccinate your child? When will children be able to return to the classrooms? Get the Facts with pediatrician Dr. Cecilia Eck, Ministry of Health Dr. Natalia Baer, and CEO of the Ministry of Education, Diane Mejia. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. on Monday, August 23rd. Catch it live on Channel 5 or streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Send your questions to 672-5555 or via Facebook using hashtag #GetTheFacts.
Prime Minister John Briceño says his administration is not walking back on its position against states of emergency as a tool to tackle crime. The Briceño administration has come under criticism since a state of emergency was declared on Thursday. Some are of the view that PM Briceño, who is on record criticizing the former administration for using this approach to de-escalate gang conflicts, has now abandoned that position. This morning when we caught up with PM Briceño in Key-Cocker, we asked him about it. Here's what he told us.
I don't think it's a matter that we were always against calling for a state of emergency. It's more that to be targeted as to where the problems are, as opposed to throw a wide blanket and affect a lot of people that have nothing to do with this. We believe we have to be more targeted to the area. And as to how the Minister Musa explained to us, there's just one small area, geographic area in the south side that is creating havoc, that they have tried as best as they can, talking to them, trying to mediate and asking them to pull it down, but they don't. It seems that they don't want to listen, and they believe that the only way we could really calm things down is to call for a state of emergency just in that very small targeted area.
What is your administration's plan to address the increasing crime issue in Southside Belize City? As the Commissioner of Police rightly alluded to, it's not solely the police department's fight.
Yes, it is the fight of the community. I think that's what he was meaning. We are doing everything that we can, but there's just a small group of people, maybe 100 or 200, that are creating havoc, and we cannot allow them to dictate how we live. Meaning that we need to go after these people that are creating this, that are just creating crime with no conscience, just out there shooting. I mean, this young guy, I mean, it broke my heart. This young kid, a third farmer from St. John's, Osman, right?
Kasman.
What was him?
Kasman.
Yes, Osman, yes. That was shot, randomly. I mean, if that were to happen, my kids are dead, honestly. I mean, I know why we have to, he's fighting for his life, and if he lives, I'm told he will not be able to walk. I mean, and these guys just don't care. We can't allow them to continue to terrorize us. So we have to go at them with everything that we have.
From a broader perspective, PM Briceño says his administration is working on keeping children in school and creating job opportunities as an approach to addressing gang violence.
But it's more than that. We need to be able to reach out to that community, especially to the young children. My appeal was to those children, when the Minister of Education told me, and I think he probably said it yesterday, that in Southside Belize City you have a high dropout rate of kids not going back to high school. Once we settle and open up, then we need to go visit these kids and find and do what we need to do to get them back to school. We need to ensure that they could get their books and their uniform. If we as a government have to pay it, we have to do so. It is a good investment. Because if not, if we don't do anything about that, in the years to come, we are going to regret it, because then they are going to be going into a life of crime.
And we know a lot of them talk about job opportunities as well. What is being done to create job opportunities for these young men?
Well, look at what we've been doing. We're getting the economy to grow back again. The economy right now grew by over 20%. We're still not where we want to be, but we have to do even more. Once there are jobs, people can get a job. But at the same time, our young people have to be tooled. They have to have the proper tools to be able to work. That is why they need to stay in school. We need to look at the IT vets and refashion them and retool them so that those that don't want to go to university can go into IT vet and can become a plumber or electrician or a builder or do a little bit of agriculture.
There is a state of emergency in effect for 10 locations designated as hotspots on the south side of Belize City. It also includes the entire area behind the Charles Bartlett Hyde building known as Bacalans. It is the neighborhood in which 16-year-old Kanye King was executed on Monday morning. Since his death, the Flowers family, residents of Park Street, have been living in fear after attempts were made on separate occasions to torch their property. It is a disturbing trend that is taking place across the city in the wake of several recent incidents where killings are avenged by burning down of homes of persons suspected of being involved within these crimes. In the case of Billy Ray Flowers and his family, a teenage minor has reportedly tried twice to set their home on fire. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
When 16-year-old Kanye King was murdered a few blocks away from this residence on Park Street earlier this week, the family that occupies this elevated wooden structure wouldn't have known that in the wake of the deadly shooting, their home would be targeted by a potential arsonist. It is the second time since Tuesday that Billy Ray Flowers has had to alert authorities of an arson attempt during curfew hours. His left arm is still raw from second-degree burns he suffered while attempting to extinguish the flames.
We up there to watch with TV and thing. After 10, I don't know by the roof part, by the zinc, she see what bright light, and so she went up by the veranda and she said, "I fire you." I try to act quickly. I just come down the step and I say, "Yeah." I saw a girl and battle there, partly full with gas, right by our gas tank by that pipe. You check, so I don't say, you know, something which me done with the thing already. So I try put within the pipe me there. I broke the pipe. You try to make So I give a shovel, I try dash out the gallon, yes, I get burned by my hand, yeah.
That was on Tuesday night. By this morning, around 4 o'clock, he was roused out of his slumber when he was alerted that another fire had been set under the house.
Like minutes to 4 this morning now. Well, when this thing happened, we not sleep in our room. We sleep in the hall, me and my command law. So like minutes to 4 now, our neighbor holla for we. And when he come out, that then he say, "Girl," and he try like this house again for fire. And so when we come out, we find the house underneath by the house done up in a flame already. The 2 car seats where he had, then a light. Then they by behind the yard where they light that. We find one next gallon bottle where they bring.
According to Karen Young, someone is intent on reducing their home to ashes. While she admits to having a 16-year-old son who may be involved in gang activity within the neighborhood, Young says he has been locked up at the Belize Central Prison and had nothing to do with King's execution on Monday morning.
Innocent, we don't know nothing about what happened wrong here. None at all. I have a son. He did a Wagner's facility in a May. He don't have nothing to do with this. I don't know where the trigger off there. When they think like we have something to do with it, absolutely none at all. We don't have nothing, and I want to stop. Because we get frustrated. My 2 daughters, they're traumatized. I don't know when next to do from them, but I just really want this stop.
Despite surveillance footage capturing the arson attempt, authorities are unable to make out the culprit. The fact that they are equally endangering his granddaughter has Flowers beside himself.
I just try to crawl from my hand, and the same thing I will run down out fire again. This time make no sense. I know that who. Serious, I don't really know that who, but somebody need to hold it down, man, because I tell you, if I catch them, they know I like the joke. I be real. And my family don't mess with me, man. I really hurt me. I got my little granddaughter there.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
With a recent spike in violent crimes, including murders, there have been threats of arson, as well as failed attempts to torch the properties of families believed to be involved in those incidents. Earlier this week, the residence of Lisa Laureano was gutted by fire deliberately set by someone in the wake of the stabbing death of her ex-common-law husband. In the wake of another murder in the area of Antelope Street Extension, threats as well as attempts have been made to destroy a number of properties by fire. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams says the department is aware of those threats.
The problem is more prevalent in the Antelope Street extension area, and particularly since this weekend, it has escalated, as well as in the Mayflower area and the Kral Road, Cesar Ridge area, where you know there's that intense feud between Sopal Street and SSG. But yes, we have received intelligence that a certain group in the Antelope Street extension area have been threatening to burn down houses. There are certain people living in the area that the other gang group is saying, we don't want them here. Now, who are they to dictate who must live where? So that's the extent to which this has gone. And while, yes, we have increased our presence in the area to do patrols, we cannot mine every home. And so what these elements are doing is that they monitor the movements of the police. And when the police go one way, then they do what needs to be done. There have been mediation done by the mediation team. And in the mediation, from what I'm told, that the other group was adamant that the feud is not going to stop unless the other group move from back there. Now, the other group is saying, I'm not going to move.
In many of the instances where armed assaults are tied to gang violence, the shooters are often teen minors. In the case of the arson attempts on Park Street, the family, having viewed surveillance footage of the incident, believes that would be the arsonist is also a minor. Compal Williams spoke briefly about teen gang members in the broader context of the state of emergency.
When we look at the persons who are pulling the trigger, in most cases they are persons under the age of 18. And these young persons cannot buy guns. So the older ones are giving them the guns to go and do the crime for them. So again, it is something that we saw necessary. And I'm sure that majority of the Belizean people are going to understand and will come to the same conclusion that considering what is happening, the state of emergency is the best approach at this time.
When we come back, a botched execution order leaves Mark Waite hospitalized after being shot by police. And 14 officers are kicked out of the police department for various offenses. We'll have these after the break. But first, here's a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
This COVID update is brought to you by Belize Medical Associates. This COVID update was brought to you by Belize Medical Associates.
At Belize Diagnostic Center, we offer FDA-approved PCR testing for COVID-19. Get your results as quickly as 1 hour. Don't risk getting exposed to COVID-19 by going elsewhere. We take appointments, or we can come to your home or office using our concierge service with no additional fees. We have 10 locations countrywide. Call or WhatsApp us at 613-TEST. That is 613-8378 to schedule your test today.
Available at Ben's Quality and Savings.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize,
CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Here are 3 reasons why people choose Dunis as their #1 store. Reason 1, for loans of up to $1,000 in cash for unexpected emergencies. The process is quick and easy. Reason 2, for a wide variety of household items such as smart TVs, washers and dryers, stoves, refrigerators, freezers, cookware, back-to-school supplies, and much more. Check out our comfortable sofa sets in various sizes and styles. And reason 3, we are agents for Western Union, where you can send or receive money in minutes or pay all your utility bills and avoid waiting in long lines. And don't forget, Dunis provides layaway plans and credit on all household items. So make the right choice and shop for the best quality products at competitive prices with friendly customer service.
Dunis, located at number 57 Albert Street, Belize City, and in Corozal at number 8 Park Street South. Give us a call at 280-5209, 650-6580, or 422-3342. Dunis.
Es un hecho. Únicamente con Smart obtienes todo realmente ilimitado. Solo con Smart obtienes datos ilimitados en cualquier momento. Mientras que con el otro proveedor solo son datos dobles los fines de semana. Con datos ilimitados todos los días no hay necesidad de esperar, así que es un hecho que nuestros planes ilimitados superan a la competencia. Por lo tanto, no permita que le digan cómo y cuándo usar sus datos y obtenga llamadas, mensajes de texto y datos ilimitados. Vive la verdadera experiencia de planes ilimitados con Smart. Es un hecho. Haga el cambio y viva Smart.
My name is Julie, and I'm a single mom raising a 10-year-old son. I'm the director for a conservation organization. When I started working in the field of marine conservation, it was absolutely male-dominated. It still is male-dominated. One of my first jobs was as a manager out on a remote island with all-male staff reporting to me. And one of my assistants was very upset with me and actually told me, the only woman who ever tells me what to do is my mom. And I have my son, and I really do want to show him that really anything can be done, and it doesn't matter who you are. From day one, I've been teaching my son that any job that a man can do, a woman can do. And he has learned this, and he now preaches this to friends and even my colleagues.
Live and let live. Respect for all Belizeans.
Whether it's back to the classroom or back on the tablets, the new school year is almost here. We know you missed seeing the children take center stage in 2020, but now Summerfest is back, pandemic style. Join us on August 27th for a virtual celebration of our talented Belizean children. We'll bring you all the family fun and entertainment right in the comfort of your home. Don't worry, we'll still have fantastic giveaways throughout the live show. All you have to do is follow us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ. Our annual Kids Talent Show starts at 6:30 a.m. live on 5 and streamed on Facebook and YouTube. Start your school year right with Summerfest 2021.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 5 Caribbean Media Awards for 2019 and 2020. Best Television News Item, Best Responsible Coverage of Children's Issues, Best Health Education Journalism, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award. with special mention by the jury in the Best Television News Item category.
14 police officers have been dismissed from the Belize Police Department for violating the department's code of ethics. The dismissals come after the Professional Standards Branch concluded internal tribunals and found them to be culpable for the offenses with which they were charged. Those offenses range from excessive absences to drug trafficking. But notably, none of the dismissals pertain to a recurring complaint that keeps surfacing in public discourse: public police abuse. A lot of the times, the claims are substantiated by videos of police officers in all-out attacks on civilians who are otherwise defenseless. So today, News 5 engaged the head of the unit that investigates the officers, Senior Superintendent Calbert Flowers, on why none of the dismissals were for police abuse and brutality.
We have a number of these cases that have been investigated and that are being investigated. But most of these cases are being dealt with internally. And we have a majority of these cases that the complainant do not want to cooperate with us. For some reason or the other, they are very hesitant to come forward and to testify whenever the tribunal calls them or whenever they are summoned to court. Initially, these complainants come forward, give a statement, and they request action. But eventually, they withdraw their complaint, and that leaves us in a position that there is only so much we can do. We try to do as much as possible internally, because without the complainant's cooperation, we do not have a case in the magistrate's court or in the open court. So we have to try our best to try to convict them internally. But we need the cooperation of the public.
What do you suppose that is, though? That you have so many complainants who just along the way change their minds, so to speak, or come forth and say they don't want any further action? Might it be that they are being coerced into abandoning the case?
There are various reasons. It's a lengthy process. We have to give these officers due process, just like a normal criminal, anybody who is arrested and charged. And they have their right to a free trial. They have their right to a defense attorney or a defense advocate. And some of these matters prolong, just like the criminal matters, they take time. And some of these complainants, sometimes they get frustrated, sometimes they just don't want to carry on with it. Sometimes they are afraid and they're just taking up too much time. So that there are various reasons. A lot of these complaints, we get conviction. Some of them, these officers go and plead guilty. It's all up to the discretion of the adjudicator to either find them. Some of them are not really major offenses that warrants dismissal. So on a daily basis or a weekly basis, we have convictions upon convictions of police officers' misconduct. However, some of them, like I said, does not warrant dismissal, but they are fined, they are charged. Monies come out of their salary.
Flowers says the monies that are deducted from the officer's salary goes towards the police reward fund. There was a high-speed chase in southern Belize on Wednesday evening that led to a shootout between police officers and an alleged gunman who is now recovering at the Southern Regional Hospital. It began on the coastal road and ended in Silk Grass on the Southern Highway. But Mark Waite was shot in the leg when police intercepted a Ford Explorer vehicle he was traveling in. 3 other persons were inside the vehicle, including a woman, who are now in police custody. A .38 revolver was found in Waite's possession. Compol Chester Williams says that the occupants were heading to Dangriga to carry out a hit when they were intercepted.
Police in Dangriga received information of a vehicle coming through the coastal road to Dangriga. The information we gathered was that the occupants of the vehicle were from SSG, Southside, and they were going to Dangriga to execute a hit in the Bakatong area of Dangriga town. Police mobilized and set up a checkpoint, at the Coastal Road junction. And a few minutes later, the vehicle, which is an Explorer, was seen coming. Police attempted to stop the vehicle, but instead of stopping, they accelerated. And that resulted in a hot pursuit between the police and the occupants of that vehicle. The vehicle was pursued all the way to Silgrass, where police were able to intercept the vehicle, and upon the vehicle coming to a stop, one Mark Waite was seen exiting the vehicle with what appeared to be a firearm in his hand. He was pursued, and in that process, he fired shots at the police, and the police returned fire, hitting him, I believe, on the right leg. He was transported to the Southern Regional Hospital, where he is currently admitted undergoing treatment. Inside the vehicle with him were 2 additional male persons and a female, all from the Southside area, SSG area, and they are detained as well and will be brought to Belize City as a part of the state of emergency operation.
Shots rang out in the Vista Del Mar area of Ladyville on Wednesday night, and police later intercepted a truck driven at the time by Gilroy Usher Jr., the son of the Minister of State, Gilroy Usher Sr. A search of the vehicle led to the discovery of a 9mm pistol with 5 live rounds. Usher Jr. was detained along with 2 other persons and taken to the Ladyville police station. Commissioner Chester Williams says that Usher Jr. was cleared of charges.
From what I have been briefed, that his vehicle was searched and police found therein a 9mm pistol. The 9mm pistol is licensed to him, but apparently he had not renewed the license for 2 weeks. I think his birthday was 2 weeks ago. The law makes provision for a grace period of 1 month. So a person have 1 month after their birthday or the expiration of their license to renew the license. So the fact that we do have a grace period in law, he cannot be charged for unlicensed firearm.
After the break, groundbreaking for a new health facility in Key Cocker.
Digi's got the summer deals, and now's the time to join in on Digi's Back to School raffle. Win big with any of our 3 easy ways to enter. 1. Purchase any device on promotion. 2. Be a Digicel or Diginet prepaid customer with at least $10 in usage. 3. Make the switch. Join the Digi family between July 1st and 31st, and you're automatically in to win. Don't miss out on your chance to win Digi's Back to School package, including a laptop, MiFi, and 3 months of free data, all valued over $2,000. Win big with Digi's Back to School raffle, because Digi's got the summer deals. For more information, visit our website at livedigi.com or visit a Digi store near you.
That benefit are we, the people, supposed to pay?
The fun thing you pay now, but when you get old, you got fun thing for college, for your future.
If you miss some days from work, they should have compensated for that.
As an artist, I'm not really sure because I work for myself.
What is Social Security? Social Security is not a tax. Social Security is a very small investment in you, the worker. It's an investment that you can count on now or in the future. It is designed to replace part of your income from wages when you get sick, get injured on the job, have a baby on the way, become disabled, or even when you pass away. And even then, the widow and your kids, if under 16 years or under 21 years and in school, obtain survivor's pension. And after a lifetime of working, you can rest assured you will have a monthly retirement income. Social Security, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
I was 17 and in love, and I thought he loved me too. But now I know that a loving partner should not take away your choice of clothes you wear or the music you listen to. He should not take away your purse, car keys, or your phone so that when your family calls, you cannot answer. If your partner is controlling you, it is domestic violence. call 0800-A-WAY-OUT or our cell phone number 672-9628. This message is brought to you by the National Women's Commission in collaboration with Miss Universe Belize with funding from the Engender and Spotlight Project.
I saw the impacts of COVID-19 and I don't want to experience that again. That is why I took proactive steps to protect myself, my family, my fellow co-workers, visitors, and tourists.
I love seeing my guests happy, and my job is to give them a safe tour. By getting vaccinated, I achieve both these things.
By being vaccinated, I am doing my part to help.
Together, we can build our tourism industry by getting vaccinated. We encourage all tourism workers to get vaccinated so that tourists can continue to choose Belize as their destination of choice. The recovery of our tourism industry depends on you. Get vaxxed.
I visited the land of Serbia, a great many miles away. I ascended the Mount Everest few people have conquered. I roared on the snow-covered Antarctic and Arctic. I rolled swiftly across the vast, untamed desert. Ling Long Tire conquers every corner of the world.
Distributed by Enrique Martinez and Sons Limited. 2 miles Philip Wilson Highway, Belize City.
This Monday on Get the Facts. What are the risks for children with the new COVID variant? Should you vaccinate your child? When will children be able to return to the classrooms? Get the Facts with pediatrician Dr. Cecilia Eck, Ministry of Health Dr. Natalia Baer, and CEO of the Ministry of Education, Diane Mejia. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. on Monday, August 23rd. Catch it live on Channel 5 or streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Send your questions to 672-5555 or via Facebook using hashtag #GetTheFacts.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness broke ground on the island of Caye Caulker for a $1.4 million health center. The long-anticipated health center will be equipped with full amenities of a pharmacy, triage room, treatment room, 15 beds, and other features. A health center on the island will alleviate the challenges that the community faces with having to transport patients to the mainland at all hours of the day and night, by sea and air in emergency cases. News 5's Paul Lopez was there for the groundbreaking ceremony. He files this following report.
It impacts us the most, the island residents. We're very, very grateful for this opportunity and to see it become a reality. We've been hearing about it, but having this ceremony makes us aware that we're only days away from seeing this become a reality. In my speech, I shared some encounters of what it's like when we have to transfer patients via boat. To know that that will change very soon is heartwarming, and to know that the entire community from all ages will benefit from this is beyond exciting.
Present at today's ceremony was Prime Minister John Briceño and Minister of Health and Wellness, Michelle Shabat.
Certainly a wonderful chance for us, and I'm excited about finally being able to look at the citizens of Caye Caulker and say, okay, we will start the building of the clinic. As we mentioned earlier, we were almost at the point of losing that money, but we want to thank the village council who quickly thought on their feet and said that they can use a portion of this area that has been designated for a sports center.
Our government is committed to providing the best possible health care to all of our citizens. And here in Caye Caulker, there is an absolute need for a health center that the residents can come out and get the proper services they need: hypertension, diabetes, emergency services. We want to stop this, the necessity to have to transport patients to Belize City. So we're bringing the healthcare services to the community and to the residents of Caye Caulker.
Construction of the health center is set to begin in 2 weeks and is expected to be completed over the course of the next 12 months. The funding for the health center is coming by way of a loan from the Caribbean Development Bank to the Social Investment Fund.
I believe the community will be better prepared. We will not have to have the transfers as such. We will not have to transfer patient at night time because that's our main concern for state, not only for the person being transferred also, but for safety reasons. We are so used to bothing it at night with patients, but to know that they may be able to get the medical attention they need here at home is comforting.
What will you do to see to it that this does not end here at this ceremony, but that this project actually comes to pass?
Good question. I've already asked the project coordinator when is construction to begin, and he said in 2 weeks. If 2 weeks is here and there's nothing, I will be on him.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
The contractor for the project is Julio Magana of Triple E Construction. On Thursday, the Ministry of Finance introduced its plan for an investment summit to be held in San Pedro on November 3rd and 4th. The summit will seek to attract foreign direct investment, and one of the serious policy measures that is being added to complement the ones that already exist is the National Investment Policy and Strategy. Executive Director of the Belize Trade and Investment Development Service, Dr. Leroy Almendares, explains what this policy is about.
What existed before were fragmented pieces of policies, and so therefore it created the same deficiencies and the frustration. As a matter of fact, frustration index was increased. And so this policy, looking at situationally, what are the present challenges, etc., we're benchmarking ourselves against similar entities. This policy will also look at addressing some of the very challenges we face with ease of doing business, because as the minister mentioned this morning, we're about 139. And this does not make us very attractive, so that's one of the things that we're looking at. This policy also has an accompanying strategy, because it's also about engaging and getting, and it's right now at this present time, getting feedback from the private sector, because the investment has to be private sector driven.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way we do things, and for the committee leading the National Queen of the Bay pageant, it is no different. So, for a second year in a row, the pageant is going virtual. 8 delegates from across the country will be vying for the title of the 76th National Queen of the Bay, and News 5 caught up with them earlier today during rehearsals.
A symbol of love is the Queen of the Bay.
My name is Anila Williams, and I am from the Stan Creek District. And I want to be Queen of the Bay 2021 because I want to use that title to help children in Belize.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Salazar and I'm representing Benque Viejo del Carmen for the first time as being the first representative for the Benque Viejo Town Council.
Carla Godoy representing Toledo District.
Hi, my name is Carissa Oliva. I'm 18 years old and I'm representing my carousel with pride.
Hi everyone, I am Jael Rivera and I'm representing our nation's capital, Belmopan.
I am Melanie Tillett, proudly representing my Orange Walk district.
Hi, I am Jewel Jones, the face of Belize district.
I'm Alessandra Valdez, proudly representing the lovely twin towns of San Ignacio and Santa Elena.
These 8 delegates from across the country are vying for the coveted title and bragging rights. In a little over 24 hours, a Queen of the Bay designate will be selected among the ladies. So why do they want to be the 76th title holder?
I have felt that power that you have when you can help the people in your community, and having that power means a lot to me because I love and enjoy helping people. And this Queen of the Bay is a prestige pageant that would allow me to have a bigger platform to be able to contribute not only to my community but to the surroundings.
The reason why I want to become Queen of the Bay 2021 is because I want to use this platform to educate, motivate, and advocate for young girls to believe in themselves and follow their dreams, that you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a businesswoman, and you can be a queen.
The reason I want to win this pageant is because I want to be a role model for my younger generation. I want to grow a platform to spread positivity and to build self-esteem of young women.
I would love to be the next Queen of the Bay because This has always been a dream of mine, and I'm finally here to accomplish it. So I want to encourage young girls to follow your dreams. You can do anything.
I want to be the 76th Queen of the Bay because it will better allow me to execute my platform, which is crime. I want to help educate, guide, and support our young people of today.
Queen of the Bay will give me an opportunity to share my gift with my community. I have been preaching about education, about health, and Queen of the Bay gives me the opportunity to practice what I preach. I have a passion for pageantry since I entered my first pageant in high school. I was victorious, of course, and with this platform and this national title will help me to do better things in my community and the country of Belize.
As the anticipation builds and the delegates are carrying out their final preparations for the competition, one person who knows all too well what they're going through is the reigning Queen of the Bay, Myra Cibrian.
I am extremely excited to find out who my successor will be. And of course, there is a little, I'm giving up my reign. It has been a great year regardless. But yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see who the next Queen of the Bay will be. My advice to them, and this is something that I spoke to them about this morning, one thing that helped me last year when I was in their shoes, getting ready for this pageant, regardless of all the changes that we're having with a virtual pageant, it's something new. But my advice to them is to try to make the most of the experience, because this is the experience of a lifetime. It's such a huge honor to be part of this prestigious pageant. So I was talking to them and I explained to them that for them to keep calm, they have to trust themselves, they have to trust their committees, and they have to trust that all the work and the preparation that they have put through to get where they are now will pay off tomorrow on stage.
So what's your favorite segment of the pageant? Mine is the question and answer. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
The pageant will be virtual and you can tune in via the Sec9 app. Purchase a ticket for $10 Belize and that proof of deposit via WhatsApp to 615-0595. A code will be sent to you which is entered into the app, and you get to enjoy the 2021 edition of the National Queen of the Bay pageant. Deposits can be made via Heritage Bank account number 111-41015 under the local association of former queens, or you can pay through eCash to 600-7453. The pageant starts at 6 p.m. Just ahead, a flashback to another award-winning story. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
The vaccine is now available. We here at R&G Life encourage you to take the vaccine. Belize, it's time to roll up our sleeves.
I'm rolling up mine because I know what COVID can do to families.
Because I want to go back to the way things were.
I'm rolling up mine so that I'm able to do music again.
Because I want to protect my family.
Things are slowly getting back to normal. The new normal, which includes getting vaccinated. Trust the facts. When your turn comes, take the opportunity to get vaccinated. Roll up or believe.
Hey son, how was your first day at sixth form?
Really cool. It was great to see my friends, and I really love my teachers.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm sorry I wasn't there for your first day, but I'll be back from Corozal next week.
It's okay, Dad. I can't wait to see you. Oh, and please remember, I still have some books I need to purchase.
Ah, yes. Let me e-cash you that right now. Money has been sent. I add a little extra cash just for you.
Whoa, Dad. Thanks. Got it.
You're welcome, sir.
Download the eCash app today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257. eCash, the future is here.
How does the AstraZeneca vaccine work? The vaccine provides support to help your body develop immunity to the virus that causes COVID-19. The body is left with a supply of memory cells that will remember how to fight the virus. It takes a few weeks for the body to produce the antibodies after vaccination. How long does it take to build immunity after taking the first dose of the vaccine? There is protection 14 days after a person's first dose. However, that initial protection may decline over time, which is the reason why it is so important to get the second shot. How long after the first dose should one take the second dose? The second dose should be given between week 8 and week 12. Are there any deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine? There have been no deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine. Vaccines save lives. They remain the safest, most effective, and cost-effective medical tool developed. Increased uptake of the vaccine is the best way to stop this pandemic, save lives, and return to normalcy.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 5 Caribbean Media Awards for 2019 and 2020. Best Television News Item, Best Responsible Coverage of Children's Issues, Best Health Education Journalism, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with special mention by the jury in the Best Television News Item category.
The long road to PSC in Southern Belize was also a story submission by Great Belize Television for this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Union Annual Media Competition. The piece, put together by reporter Isani Kayatana, videographer Kenroy Michael, and editor Rick Romero, received special mention during the CBU Award ceremony. The story chronicles the arduous journey of primary school students in the far-flung community of Machakila in Toledo District as they leave the village to sit the primary school examinations. Here's a look at that story that was first aired in 2019.
Many of us in urban centers across the country, cost and access to quality education are often taken for granted. With transportation at our disposal and money set aside to cover tuition and other related expenses, the everyday routine of making it to the roll call is an afterthought. For 5 primary school students from the village of Machakilha, the most isolated community in southern Belize, the prospects of higher learning includes the rigors of daily travel to and from this far-flung corner of the Jewel. Today is examination day for Standard 6 students across the country. Their performance in the annual papers may determine the high schools that they are eligible to attend in the upcoming academic year. While his peers in Punta Gorda are still sound asleep, 12-year-old Alfonso Putul has been roused from his slumber. It is 3 a.m. and the household is already alive with activity.
Well, like this, we have to get up early in the morning and then go bed, then start trekking that road. And sometimes when it's Monday, we have to go early, and when we reach, we're tired.
The geographic distance between Machakilha and Dolores, its nearest neighbor, is roughly 6 miles. To get there, residents must traverse a demanding terrain accessible only by foot or horseback. On Thursday evening, I ventured to the remote village ahead of the pre-dawn commute to Corazon Creek Technical High School, where the exams will be sat. The journey to Machakilha is difficult. Even by pony trekking, negotiating this environment is grueling.
The condition of the road during the rainy season is the worst part in our life. From Machakilha to Dolores, when it's really muddy, it took us more than 2 hours walking from that place to the next village, and dry season would only take us an hour and a half. And for us to walk in and out of this community is really challenging for us, especially the kids that are attending high school, and for those who would go and sit PSE.
This is my second year in high school, struggling and suffering while going to school, because worse when it's rainy season. It's very difficult for us. It's worse when it's really muddy. We have to come out here early in the morning, and so we kindly ask the government to build us a rock road. And sometimes I feel sorry for young females too, as my age. They couldn't afford to go to school. But me, I need my education, so I need to sacrifice myself for doing this.
Back at Alfonso's home, an early breakfast is being prepared. Freshly baked tortillas, chicken sausage, and hot coffee ground locally make up his sustenance for the day. The journey ahead will draw everything from him, including the Spartan nourishment he would have had a few hours earlier.
Every time we are tired when we reach, and it's hard to focus on your work when you're tired, but I know that the Ministry of Education find a place for us to stay in Dolores, but I choose not to go because I want you and the government to see what we always go through.
Just before first light, 3 of the 5 students sitting the second half of the primary school examinations set out on foot from Machakilha. They will meet up with other pupils in Dolores, where they will board a passenger bus to Corazon Creek. The road to the primary school examinations 2019 has taken me deep into the wilderness of the Toledo district, where a class of 5 students has made the trek from Machakilha village to Dolores and on to Corazon to sit their PSE Part 2. Do you feel confident at this point that you will do your best and you will perform to the best of your ability and try to pass the exam?
Yes, I will try my very best and try to do good.
There to help them is Arnaldo Putol. Not only is he the second alcalde in the village, he is also a teacher at the multi-grade school.
The children are interested in education. They are willing to take what needs to be taken by them, especially when they have to leave early in the morning. Children are always excited, are always willing to come out and learn and test out their knowledge out there.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.